Good evening, loves, and welcome to A Taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress. And I'm coming at you this evening with Ricardo Hanley Jr. Let's get this party started. I'm going to send an invitation for joining One on Poetry. Mr. William Washington is in the building. Thank you for joining.
What's going on?
Hello, Ricardo.
What's going on? What's going on?
Welcome, welcome.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
hmm
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I got the little one over here. He's a picky eater. He doesn't want to eat anything tonight. You know, he wanted some McDonald's more than likely, but not tonight. So,
Not tonight.
tonight.
I
So,
heard that.
yeah, I'm gonna be going back and forth. You know, just dealing with him. But I'm fully focused on the live. How's everything with you?
Everything's good. Now, what's his name?
Oh, that's little Ricky.
Little Richard. Ricardo, excuse me. He is too adorable.
Yeah, he's over here catching the vibe. Batman, the greatest hero that ever lived, next to Christ, of course.
That's what's up. And he's 3 years old, right?
Yep, three.
Mm-hmm.
Three going on 30. What up, Wanda?
That just means he's going to be doing a lot. And welcome to all of you who are joining. Thank you. Well, I'm going to read your bio. Ricardo Hanley Jr. is a poet from New York who believes that we rise by lifting others. He lets his actions and art speak for him when all other words fail. Please let your art speak. And give me one poem.
Let my art speak. Let's see. I said, baptized in black waters, lungs filled and drowned and resurrected. Sensual imprints from scratches and bites gives whole skin breakage, spaces to retain light. I fill her black hole with the sun, and when I pull out, I scatter stars upon her arched back. Love and lust, directed in premeditation, gazing upon her body, covered in constellations.
Woo! You know.
Yeah, what was that?
When I told you to bring the fire. Fire!
I like that. Oh, you got the sound effects set up and all of that. Okay. Oh, this is lit. It's like a little radio show.
Honey.
I hear
Yeah, we gonna do it right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please present to you the soulful, smooth Ricardo Hanley Jr. Coming at us, honey.
Listen.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, you must have me crying over here. Yeah, that's a fact. She definitely showing off big time. Ain't nobody.
I got one. You know,
with the whole equalizer soundboard right now. Come on. That's
listen. I had to do you right. You know you're one of my favorites. Your voice just speaks to my being. Okay?
No.
So I definitely had to get you on. That's why we had Pop-Up Thursday. You know, my day is Tuesdays at 10 p.m.
Okay, Tuesday, 10 p.m.
But thanks to, I do have to say thank you to the wonderful Mr. William Washington of One on Poetry.
What up,
okay? Will? Yes. He was like, oh, no, get that brother on.
Yo, bro, I
let that king spit.
Thank you. Blessings. Blessings and reciprocation, you know?
Yes, definitely.
For real.
Now, my first question is, I have 5 of them, but Now, I don't know if you watched some of my other shows, but I have three separate questions pertaining to the titles of my three books. I want to know one of your deepest thoughts, your favorite expression, and one of your dirty little secrets. And you guys, all my books are available on Amazon.com.
Click the link.
Or you can personally order them from me. Now,
support
you
Black
can think of
yo.
Apologies. Go ahead.
No.
That's what's up. Most definitely. Now you have the choice to answer those three or not. So you have a few minutes to think about it. And in the meantime, in between time, I would like to ask my first question. When and why did you start writing?
Let's see. So my first poem was actually written when I was about 12 years old, and I actually remember it. It was silly. I was in school, and it went something like, I met a girl named Jan who didn't have a man. She did a dance and wet her pants, and then she found a man. It was weird, right? So around 12 years, around 12 years old is when I first started writing, but really it was a musical background that came from my cousins who were rappers. And, you know, we all started rapping. We were literally recording on cassette tapes and all of that. We used to live in Mount Vernon, New York, small family house. You know, it was small, but it was more like maybe a multi-family house, but very, very condensed. And pretty much every member of my family has lived in or for a period in that house. So
That's awesome.
that was grandma's house. It brought us together. It was beautiful. So one of the things that I learned there that was instilled in me was my love for music, particularly hip hop. So when it came to hip hop follows a certain structure, which was writing to a beat. So when you write to a beat, to me, there's a certain way to catch the beat and continue writing. I don't know if the phone blacked out because I was getting.
Oh, we can hear you. You're still We're still live. We can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, so, somebody's calling continuously trying to mess us up, but that's fine. We brush that energy off. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, exactly. Because honey, this is fire tonight.
That's it. But yeah, so hip hop was my biggest inspiration to start writing, quote unquote, poetically.
Right.
You know, and I guess I put the quotes on that because to me, anything can be a poem. Outside and I'll look at the trees, you know, I'll look at the water, and you know, that's poetry to me. You see a mother hugging her son, you know, on that first day of school. She don't want to let go. That's poetry to me.
Yes.
You know, so turn my ringer off. Copy it. Even when it's off, I can't, you know.
Wait, I can't hear you. Richard, I can't hear you. Don't turn off the music part of your ringer. Don't turn your ringer back on. Turn your ringer back on. Oh my God, no. Okay, he's going. Okay, guys, I believe he went out to come back in, but what he needs to do is probably turn on, hold a second. Turn off his ringer and the notifications and leave on the music part of it.
Yeah.
Hello?
So,
okay, there you go.
So
I was going to say, turn off your ringer and notifications and leave your music on, and that way we can hear you in the phone call.
Okay, let me see if that works.
Yeah.
All right, so boom. I got the phone on silent now.
There you go.
So, biggest reason why I started writing poetically is simply because my love for hip hop. Growing up, Busta Rhymes was literally my favorite rapper because of his comedic stylings and also his prose was just out of control. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
the guy had styles for days, you know.
Right.
Give me some more. You know, yeah, see, my man filibustered too. And, you know, something about wanting to laugh and also wanting to deliver a message in a certain style caught me. And I realized when I turned the beat off and I start
Mm-hmm.
writing, I I was able to expand myself a lot more than I did on just following a beat. So that's the reason why I started writing poetry.
That's awesome. That's
No,
awesome. And
no.
that was an excellent time when hip hop, all of them came out. African Bambaataa, KRS One, who is actually going to be in Wilmington, Delaware this Saturday.
Okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
You
So
gonna pop out? You gonna see him?
listen, I'm gonna do my best to try and get him on.
God willing. God willing. Let's do it.
Listen, I'm gonna do my best. But yes, hip hop during that time, because I love. Oh my goodness, when you said Busta Rhymes, I actually met him forever ago at Virginia Beach when Virginia Beach was popping for Labor Day weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and got a picture with him or whatever. But he's pretty cool. I thought that was cool because at the time he was really popular, and he was like, "Yes, come on." So that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, now my next question is: has your writing brought
Mm-hmm.
forth healing and clarity in your life?
Absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, whenever I feel extremely heavy, sometimes writing is literally the only thing that will help me get it out. I was actually trying to look for a piece that I might have written down somewhere on a
Mhm.
piece of paper, but I probably don't have it. I could probably refer to the first copy of my book that I've ever published, Silence
Okay.
Conceiving Symphonies, but I'm not advertising that because I want to do revisions and break everything down to separate series. I have a whole big plan for it because I didn't do something, I guess, as standard as a real book launch. I just wanted
Mhm.
the physical manifestation of my dream. So I
Right.
put together this little poetic book, and I'm proud of it. But
Can you please put it in front of and tell us the title again?
so the name of the title is Silence Conceiving Symphonies. Do not look for it. Just look for me
Is
because
it on social media?
it
I mean, is it online
currently
for sale?
it is on Amazon right now, but I don't want anyone to buy it because I'm in the process of breaking this book down because I gave you a compilation of everything from when I basically first started writing to my
Hmm.
development as a writer and then feeling confident enough to put something together. So what I would like to do with it is, break it down and give you smaller portions. And the reason why I want to give smaller portions is also because, yes, as human beings, as souls
Hmm.
inside a vessel, we have expansive power. And, a lot of the times, though, we doubt ourselves, and we
Hmm.
doubt our own power. So, what I would like to do is just take baby steps, like
Right.
if you can't eat a full meal, have a little bit, and then have a next meal here and there. So,
Right.
I want you to consume my work in smaller doses now. I don't want to give you the full meal. I want to give you your salad first, then your cheddar biscuits, and then the lobster will come later. You know what I mean?
You heard him, honeys. The lobster will come later.
The lobster.
So enjoy. Bon appetit.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I trying to answer these texts. My fault.
Okay. Now, I would like two more selections, and then I'll ask my third question.
Okay. So two more selections. Let's see.
Yes, the floor is yours.
All right. So you know what? Let's go into some. We could go into some rap real quick. So
Okay.
to let everybody who's in the room know, hip hop is where I first started as far as a poet goes. And to me, the word poet is so expansive because I feel that your poetry, your life is living poetry. When you breathe, that's poetry. I don't know if anybody's into the Bible, but it said that we were granted the breath of life. You know, we were granted the breath of life.
Yes.
Life itself is poetry. So
Yes.
just remember that you're poetry at all times. This is from my song, If Only You Believe. And I said, if only you believe the person you can be. If you blind right now, I promise one day you will see the lies you took in, allow them to leave, unlearn and relearn. I want you to succeed. Never will concede. That white flag was torn from that white mask. The hate will not outlast our love, our strength above, beyond measure. Feel the tremor, the earth shakes and weeps, cries herself to sleep, cause the children hang from their necks and feet. 7 days I'm weak, led astray by sheep and false shepherds, false lectures, but I filter the good, cause God kept a secret in the matrix for me to decode. Let your weakness erode, safeguarding my soul, keep an eye on my clone. I can never die alone, as long as y'all stand together. Trumpets, flutes, drums, y'all band together. Band of sisters, band of brothers, together never apart. Mind, sink, heart, elevate your thoughts. That's on a daily. Don't fail me, don't fail you. I believe in carrying the hammer so they can't nail you. I got a lot of beliefs. You got to stand for something. Blessed with a whole body, lend a hand to something. No defeats, hold the heat, get a tan for someone. Even if it's rush hour, Ricky tan for someone. No stunts, just make it double. Stack chips, stay out of trouble. Head high while remaining humble. Keep your eye on that end zone and never fumble. No flag on the play, I'm rushing the QB. I'm on the offensive, but I play the defensive. Yes, boss. Nothing could lose me. Impossible. I disagree. It's logical. I'm not conceited, but slow it down. It says that I'm possible. If only you believe.
Woo! Baby.
Yo, you gonna have me fall
so nice. I had to do it twice. Baby.
Yo, you gonna really have me fall out with these sound effects, man.
I'm trying to tell you the truth, though.
I like that.
They only come with fire, baby.
Yeah, the love.
And you bringing it. I love it. I love it.
So you need another selection too, right? All right, so
yes.
We gonna still keep it hip hop for right now because I got some more poetry if we got more time. But
yes, definitely, because I have a couple more questions.
Oh,
so we definitely got some time. Do your thing, honey.
All right, sound good. All right, so keeping it hip hop, I said, let's see. Okay,
it's all right.
Here we go. I said,
take your time, love.
Shorty thicker than a Snicker, chocolate like 100 grand. Wanna get behind her, do the Dougie and the Running Man. Beat it like MJ, kill it like the son of Sam, screaming we ain't violent, bite the pillow, resume the silence. Now shorty feeling my energy, I hold it down like the enemy, kill it like I caught a felony, poison by fake love, and that was her remedy, getting attached too quick, just off the dick. Now she wanna cruise like Penelope, cruise like Tom, but that mission's impossible. I don't think that is logical. You was acting all mixy, all about your capital, like you holding down the shift key, thought you was gonna get me. I was showing love, you assumed I was a dub, now I'm here up in your guts, hold these thoughts, hold these nuts. If it started with mistrust, how the fuck can we say that it's love? Think about it, light one, have a drink about it.
Honey, if I could, just pour the water.
You gonna throw the water?
Just pour the water.
I hear you.
Yes, Mama like.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you. I love it. And like you said, poetry, rap, one and the same. Because poetry has a rhythm. That's what I look for when I spit my pieces. I look for the rhythm in them. Because each of them, they're going to flow. And like you said, poetry is life. Life is rhythm. Let's flow. Man.
Yo, my man,
you give a shout out to your people.
Rome caught all my bars, man. I like that, man. I like that.
That's what's up. Romeo Donati in the house. Thank you, love.
That's what's up.
Nima L is in the house. Thank you. I see you.
Nemo is definitely showing love. Love to Nemo.
Yes, yes, yes. Neva's gonna be on the show soon also.
Mm-hmm.
So now for my third question.
Mm-hmm.
What does RI Ether 9 mean?
All right, so my name's Ricardo, and growing up, everyone just called me Ricky. But my cousins, we shortened it down to RI, and then I went ahead and took RI and went ahead and made it an acronym, and the acronym is very interchangeable. So at first, it's resurrected intelligence. Staying in contact with the elders, staying in contact with our ancestors, and bringing that forward. But I also call it renewed intuition, and the many variations that I could come up with. But for right now, it's resurrected intelligence or renewed intuition, two very important things to me. So that's how I embody the RI. Now, when it comes to ether, so the ether is basically, like I guess a lot of people will argue what this is. I could go straight to the dictionary if we want, but from my definition of what the ether is, it's literally the invisible world. Like for instance, if we speak our words into the ether,
Yes.
you know, God in the universe or one in the same, however people view it, like I'm not trying to be religious, none of that, but
Mm-hmm.
what I'm being is just myself and what I believe. I can only give you what I believe. So
Exactly.
when we speak into the ether, when we speak into that invisible realm, when we put effort into that invisible realm, whether you working out, going to work, taking care of your kids, showing love, or speaking positive affirmations, you're affecting that invisible world. And now, on a spiritual level, things are starting to shift and change and move. The same way on
Mm-hmm.
a physical level, in your brain, if you continue to do something over and over, you create what's called a synapse, which is
Yes.
basically patterns.
Right.
Um, Napoleon Hill will describe this as auto-suggestion, which is
Yes.
you affecting your subconscious and, you begin to make things happen that way. So I believe that, the ether is the invisible world and we can use that invisible world in order to propel ourselves and propel humanity and our families and the world itself. Yeah, so that's where RI Ether 9 comes. The nine in particular, the nine in particular really comes from the term nine ether, which was coined by Dr. Malachi York. Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi York, he's a brilliant guy, but unfortunately, he was another black man who rose too high in the midst of America,
Mm-hmm.
and he was taken down by the feds. But he did have a little. He had like a little land in Georgia that he called Tamaray, which had
Mm-hmm.
pyramids and obelisks, and he had a whole community there. But
Wow.
he got caught up in a scandal,
Right.
and I don't know how much of it is true. I don't know how much is false. The only thing I can tell you for certain is that this man was well studied, this man was well organized, and he knew how to
Mm-hmm.
bring people together under the umbrella of right knowledge. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's up with this phone.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
so he brought us together under right knowledge, and he was
Right.
taken down, unfortunately. So
Right.
RI Ether 9 simply comes from my name, the invisible
Yeah.
world which we can manifest in, and a term coined by Dr. Malachi York, which is the nine ether. He was talking about the texture of your hair, how
Right.
African hair, when you put a
Mm-hmm.
flame to it, it curls into the number nine. And he was saying,
Right.
he was saying a whole bunch of different stuff, but
Right. 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 And I don't know if you're familiar with the Mettut Netter.
absolutely, yep.
That okay. Well, that talks about the nine attributes of God, which we have been given
There
to
it is.
manifest and operate and move.
And
Okay.
he used to speak a lot
So
on ancient Kemet too. It's
yes.
just that
Yes.
if I had the knowledge, I would deliver it to you. I'm not the person who will try to string somebody along with
No.
with I guess pretty words, or honey
Right.
lips they say. I'll tell you straight up I don't know something. You know.
Right.
And most of the time, I
Exactly.
like to express it like this: like, I have surface knowledge of a lot of things, or I guess the common term for that will be jack of all trade, master of none.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Got you. Got on to our fourth, oops, our fourth question.
Yep.
You didn't, well, your poetry, because you have some poems that speak to a woman's soul.
Mm-hmm. Right. Have to.
How is that? How do you do that? Is it from experience?
Absolutely. So most of my poems that stem around a female would have to be literally inspired from an encounter, but I'm not opposed to writing about things that haven't happened yet, but the truest poetry to me is always something pulled from the writer's reality, and that's where I usually write from. I
Mhm.
mostly write from the standpoint of my own life, but sometimes you'll see I'll write something about maybe the Grim Reaper, abstract
Right.
concepts like that. I even wrote a poem called Room Keys, which was about, somebody cheating, but she was
Mhm.
cheating because she was in a relationship that wasn't good for her. Now
Right.
I can't say that I did that in real life, but when I
Right.
wrote it, it was just a pretend story based on feelings that I would probably have and based on, feelings that I think that someone would feel. But of course
Right.
I was the guy in the story, so it was easy to write from that perspective. Like, yeah, we about to get it on,
Right.
so, but that's neither here nor there. But yes, I like to write from experience, especially when speaking on romantic encounters.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, can I get two poems, please?
Two poems, two poems. All right, let's see.
Wait, wait, wait. Hold on, because those would be those last two. I want you to spit one, and then I would like to for you to say hello and whatnot, or give some thoughts before you spit your last poem. And also, I would like one of your deepest thoughts, one of your dirty little secrets, and one of your favorite expressions.
All right, sounds good. So boom, two poems and then answer the two questions, right?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so let's see, a poem, a poem, a poem. You know what? I'm gonna read y'all one just so I could give y'all a really good one that I haven't memorized, and I apologize to y'all. I will start committing more things to memory. Um, but here we go. So this one's called Love and Sex, and it could be available to you if you just DM me. I'll put it on a nice little piece of paper, maybe frame it, because I'm thinking about moving in that direction as well, of trying to deliver my poetry to the masses before I'm ready with another complete book. So you can always DM me if you want to talk poetry, collab, and whatnot. Love and Sex. My instrumental heartbeat moves my tongue to explain the divine planes of love, and how from those elevated peaks, therein lies a mirrored cave where sex sleeps, waiting to be chosen by the pure and the unpure, the sure and the unsure. When sex is woken prematurely, she can become a fire, burning out of control, an allure wildfire, taking the forest in a single swoop of flame, leaving no
Mm.
remains. Should he rise from that slumber earlier than expected, at times the love from which he is begotten is forgotten, and the act of lovemaking becomes a selfish investment. The gain is a pleasure untamed by physical measure, giving rise to a mind that continues to climb to that peak to seek sex again and again until it is weak and forced to rest and repeat, all the while half asleep to the worth of its true treasure. But when that sex is aroused naturally, when that daybreak of love's dawn is spawned from an unconditional stretch and a yawn, leading us hand in hand, palm to palm, you have answered her call. Poised to kiss, he lifts himself gently from the calming exit of the world of dreams, the imaginative realms which inspires all we know and believe, opening the doors to reality's embrace, soft kiss and sweet taste, She caresses every fiber of your being. You stroke and she receives your genius. Minds molding, souls merging in unison. Sweet nectar dance on the lips of those who remember well their origin. After sweat and heat mix, the evaporation creates a cloud that surrounds the plains of love. This sauna-like effect takes sex back into a relieved state of rest, awaiting your touch to fulfill its purpose, to unselfishly resurrect, rising like a phoenix, ascending to our zenith. Love and sex. I'm so done with that.
I gotta get me a fan.
Yo.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so you know what?
King.
I really like this too, because me digging back in the crates and looking at my old work, you know, it's humbling. You know, it's humbling because where I am now, I've been writing a lot more short pieces, and I do like the concise piece that can just boom hit you real quick over the head, but I also like to stretch things out just a tiny bit.
Yes,
And,
yes.
so I'm gonna get off the topic of love for 1 second, and let's get into some family stuff. So this right here is called "Father, You Have Never Forsaken Me," and you're gonna learn a little bit about my past growing up from this poem. Okay. What's up? And that's my little brother right there, Nick, too. Nick knows the history. Nick knows well. God bless. I said, Father, you have never forsaken me. Though I was barely walking while you were smooth talking, setting the stage for infidelity, your words and actions creating a strong current towards a fleeting marriage, emptying into a strange sea. Though, Father, you have never forsaken me. When my little brother was born, I was overjoyed, finally a chance to be an elder sibling and protector. But the soil he sprang from will always be questioned, of her loyalty and intent towards the family tree. Her vines covered your eyes like a funeral shawl, tangled in the web of the black widow's claw. To this day, I know not what you saw. Yet, Father, you have never forsaken me. The calls for you to come visit us, your firstborns, yet you were torn between your newly formed family and us, the seeds left in the care of a strong queen. Later in manhood, I gained the eyes to see and forgave you for what had to be. And Father, you have still never forsaken me. How can I be so sure? I inherited your heart through your genes. I've displayed all the good you've instilled in me. You were a true father in my time of need, and even your absence gave way to strengthening me. In my teens, for a year, I lived under your roof, consciously. I reflect regrettably that I couldn't be the present me, who understands what you endured, to prove to yourself that you would create the conditions for a child not to have his father missing. Such is why I declare with clear conviction, Father, you have never forsaken me. And shout out to my little brother too. I'm not taking shots at, not taking shots at your mom at all. It was first written from a place of hurt, not knowing, what was happening with dad and whatnot. And you already know how the story goes, bro. It was so crazy growing up in that situation, not having pops there. But the fact that he was there for you and your mom's all the way to his dying day, you gotta respect that, man.
Much respect.
And I love you, and I love your mom too. So, I mean,
that's awesome that you did that, because I felt the same way when our father left us, and the family he went to. Well, he didn't leave my mom for that woman, but the woman he ended up with, and he took care of her great nieces and nephews. And at first, I was furious. But as time went on, God had me to see things clearly. And I had such so much respect for my dad, because he did go, get with that family. He stuck it out with them, and he loved them. And he eventually, with me letting my guards down, ended up, loving me and being in my life the way he desired to be. So that's awesome.
You know,
Thank you, little brother.
it takes, it really does take a lot of growth in order to see the mistakes, you know, that human beings make. So yeah, that's my dad, you know, but he was also a man. So, you know,
Yes,
I may be upset that, he did what he did, but he he was probably going through issues in the marriage with my mom, like, because
exactly.
you know, I've had shaky relationships. I've been relationship man since kindergarten. You know what I mean?
Right.
My first girlfriend, her name was Nicole, and I used to push her on the tire swing in the Bronx at PS 121. So
Oh,
yeah, it's real. I've been relationship man my whole life. Like,
right.
but sometimes in relationships you go through things. My last
Exactly.
relationship ended terribly.
Mhm.
Shorty left. You know, and slapped me with a custody order and visitation order and whatnot. So
Right.
I know the hells that a man can go through. As a matter of fact, in the Bible it says it's better for you to stay in the corner of the house than with a contentious woman.
Hello.
And that goes
Hello.
vice versa, because I'm not a Kevin Samuels woman basher, even though he be talking truth too, but I just don't like the era of disrespecting women. But at the same time too, growing up, we men were taught to be gentlemen to every woman, but not
Right.
being taught to shove off the undesirables. Like,
Right.
if a girl is a thought versus a girl being a woman, or whatever, the same way a man, if a man is a manhole versus,
Come
uh,
on.
a regular man who's just going, keep it 100 with you and let you know what's going on, then
A man who's committed.
exactly,
A
exactly,
female who's committed. There you go.
exactly. I like that.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
this is why we need each other, because when the man slip up, the woman can balance him out, and vice versa. We
And
need.
there it is in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Because you won't see me, you will not catch me talking about, I don't need no man. Oh, honey. Yes. I was made for one.
Let's
Yes.
see.
Yes.
Well, what do you say? The most important thing you want us to know about you? You say, yo, I love my little brother, because what he does is, at any given moment, he will promote me in any business I got going on. I love that man. That's my guy, and that's my cuz right there. $ Deals. The family's in the building.
Thank you, family, for joining, tuning in, supporting your family. That's what's up. I love it. I love it. Oh no, I didn't lose you again, did I? Hold on. Hold on, people. Hopefully he'll be right back. Ricardo, you have to exit out and come back in. Let me see. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. Oh, wait a minute. I'm still live. Sorry, guys. I panicked for a second. Hopefully he'll thank you, Mr. Washington. Okay. So hopefully he'll just come on back in. You guys, thank you all for joining in. This has been excellent. Fixing the baby's bottle. Oh, Mr. Washington. Okay, you guys. Well, while we're waiting for him, I don't want to open up the floor, but would anyone like to spit a piece? One on poetry, would you like to spit a piece? Thank you. Romeo, Donati, would you like to spit a piece? Romeo declined. Okay, guys, I'll give you one piece. My first poem. I am the sun to your rise, the in to your out, the up to your down, the yes to your no, the black to your white, the beat to your heart, the search to your look, the quench to your desire, and the mate to your soul. But God is the love to your pain, the joy to your heart, the strength to your weakness, the peace to your storm, the light to your darkness, and the source to your life. God, God, and God alone is. Thank you. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. It has been great. Thank you, everyone, for joining. This has been a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, with a taste of Ricardo Hanley Jr. Thank you, and